Hello guys. Today I would like to showcase my Gishki deck profile with my dog though, which is shedding right now. So, give me your hand. No, sit. Bam. Good job. So here, I'm going to showcase my Gishki deck profile, and I hope you like it. So, let's see. For our ritual monsters, we are playing double Neri manas. This is the boss monster of the deck. It can revive any water from the grave on ritual summon. It is a monster negate that also shuffles back into the deck. It cannot be destroyed by battle from battles with other extra deck monsters. It is pretty great. It allows you to extend. It does everything. And I also run another ritual monster, which is Gas Kraken. This card helps you get a knowledge on your opponent's hand, and other than that, I use her because she can be somewhat of an extender alongside Photo Mirror, as well as giving you an option for some more life point plays instead of Neri manas, which is quite costly, with Necro Mirror and Photo Mirror, which I suppose you understand if you do know the ritual spells. So then we are running triple Gishki Shadow. This card can discard itself and search our ritual spells, and also counts as the entire tribute for our ritual summons. And we also run double Gishki Vision, which is the exact same card but searches our ritual monsters. And note that these cards are all sea serpents, so they can be searched by dragoons, and Diva can even special summon Vision from the deck if you do want that. I'm not sure why you would though. Actually, maybe I can see that, but anyway. Then we are running double Gishki Abyss. This card is a fish, and it says that when it is summoned, you can add one Gishki monster with 1000 or less defense from your deck, except for Gishki Abyss. So this card can search all of these, which can search our ritual spells and monsters. It can even search this card because it has 1000 defense, and it can also search. Now this is going to seem a bit weird. I'm only running 2 Gishki Grimness, but you'll see why. Please don't leave yet. This card states that when it is normal or special summoned, you can special summon one Gishki monster from your deck, so it can special summon your Abyss and get a search. You can even go for a Hashima plays, Anemone plays, whatever. You can do a crap ton. But obviously this card is insane. I would always run 3. So the reason I'm playing 2 is because I added one Beautiful Princess. This is so weird, I know, but the reason I added the Beautiful was because I also added one for one. And I did that because 1-for-1 can get you a very valuable monster, which we are going to discuss a bit later, which is Neptabyss. But while adding the Beautiful, I think that 1-for-1 actually becomes extremely versatile. Because if you do have your Gishki engine, you can use 1-for-1 to get your Neptabyss, get your searches, and also set up for a Hashima. But if you don't, if you have your Diva and Atlantean plays, you can use 1-for-1 to get your Tuna, and she technically is just another Grim, so she banishes herself as a cost and special summons a fish from the deck, which means she can special summon Grim and also activate its effect to special summon Abyss. And it can also be a bit more versatile because she can also bring out Abyss, if there's a reason to do that, of course. And her effect activates on special or normal summon as well, so it's exactly like a third Grim. And it's not like we are running through Grims, so I need 3 in the deck. So yeah, that's my reasoning. It actually came up at locals quite a lot, and it won me a ton of games. And it also helped me bypass hand traps a lot because I didn't count on my normal summon. Even if Diva would be impermed, I would use 1/1, get my Neptabis, and then go for my regular play. So, let's finish up with the Gishkis and we'll go into the Atlanteans afterwards. We are running triple focused Aqua Mirror, so we have 6 ways to get to Grim. Right now, all of these. Focused can search any Gishki card from your deck to your hand. Not Gishki card, sorry, Gishki monster. Yes. And we also run the triple Aqua Mirrors. 1 Aqua Mirror, 1 Photo Mirror, and 1 Necro Mirror. They all have their specific uses, and this card is great for board breaking, this card is great for extension, and this card is great overall, recycling and everything. It can create a lot of interesting loops and enable a lot of plays. So, now for the Atlanteans. We are obviously running the triple Deep Sea Divas, the double Neptabis, and the triple Dragoons. I think that's self-explanatory. Diva is insane in this deck, as you saw from my combos from the past few days. Then I'm using 2 Deep Sea Minstrels. This card is insane. It is our best way to counter hand traps, and it can also synergize with a lot of cards in the deck. It's insane. It actually sniped some draw and locks last Saturday, so it was pretty fun. And for the Sea Serpents, I'm also running 1 Mooling Glacier for the hand loop shenanigans. Then lastly, for our water monsters, we are playing double Swap Frog. I did run the 3rd one just for extension, but 1/1 kind of took the place of that, and with a lot more versatility as well. So yeah, these are here for our Toad plays, sorry, and whatsoever. And then we run the 2 Deep Sea Arias, especially now with these Gishkis that can discard themselves to the grave to get our search. Deep Sea Aria is so oftenly used. I mean, she's almost never a brick. Swap Frog can send a card to the grave. Aria can send a card to the grave. Even if you ritual summon with Aqua Mirror or something, you can send something to the grave. Focused Mirror can get you your Shadow and Vision to discard something to the grave. There are a lot of things you can do. 1/1, since I'm not sure I mentioned it, but whatever. Yeah, you get the point. So, and for my protection kind of cards, I'm playing these 3 as well as 2 Imperms. Yeah. So, now for the extra deck. Also, I tried filming this video quite a lot of times, but some of the iterations of the video were like 40 minutes because I kept over-explaining everything. So if you do want a more in-depth explanation of the deck list, please comment down below and I'll deliver that. So yeah, let's go into our extra deck. So for the extra deck, I think the most important card on the deck is a Hashima. You can use this in so many different ways. Abyss Keeper is insane for extension because Grim is a fish, so if you get to have 2 water monsters on the field, you can link them off to get your Grim and search Abyss and search another thing and whatever. Sprint is also great to set up your graveyard. You can send anything there to revive with Neri Manas, or there are a ton of things you can do. Yeah. 1 Coral Anemone, especially now that Sprite Elf is gone, she's insane and very much needed, of course. And she actually can win you a lot of games while board breaking because she's great in conjunction with Zylantis. And what I mean is, in case you don't know, since Coral Anemone locks you into water after you use her effect, if you manage to special summon Zylantis at that while you are locked, sorry about that, you can use Zylantis' effect, banish everything on the field, and then the thing is that since you are going to special summon all the monsters to your opponent's side of the field as well, any non-water monsters will stay banished. So yeah, it can let you board break very easily. And one Appaloosa, because we can make it super easily right now. You could even have an IP Masquerena here or something, but I don't have one, so yeah. Then we are running Double Toad and Bahamut Shark. These three are great for the deck. Bahamut Shark is mostly here for our Ahashima plays. We run the one Gigantic, and I also run the Gustav Max for OTKing with double Nere Manas and then overlaying for 2k damage. And this card is also great for our going second side deck tech with Zeal Gigas and the Necro Mirrors and whatsoever. But I would actually just keep this in the side deck personally and put Herald of Pure Light instead. But Herald of Pure Light is currently in the mail, so until then I'm going to have this. And now we have the two Goyos that work great with Dipsy Diva. And I'm running two level 10 synchros. I unfortunately don't own a Baron, so these would suffice. Adrian did come up quite a lot, so she's great. Chenging is a bit less powerful because you don't have ways to enable him that easily, except for maybe Aria or something. And yeah, I think Gimir is actually more protective and aggressive as well. So yeah, I think I would swap this one for Baron. So yeah, I'm not going to share my side deck because I think it's largely dependent on your locals, but I'm going to give you some ideas about the side deck. So for the side deck, some cards I suggest are the following. Of course, Droll and Lock, it's great against Castira and most of the decks right now. Books of Lunar Eclipse or just Book of Eclipse. I don't run the Book of Eclipse because oh no, sorry about that. Because it can get ashed, and I'm kind of iffy about that. And also, one fun fact: if your opponent activates Pot of Extravagance, you can't use Book of Eclipse. It won't come up, but I think it's very fun, so I would like to share that. Yeah. Then obviously Nibiru's, which are great for Castira and whatsoever. Harpy's Feather Duster, Lightning Storms, and all that fuss. Another card I thought about was Royal Decree, because a lot of people played Labyrinth at my locals. Another thing is that if your opponents have a lot of floodgates, maybe siding one of these is good, because, for example, if your opponent does activate Skill Drain, for example, if you have Nepti on the field, you can use its effect to send as cost the infantry, and then you won't get your search, for example, but infantry can pop the floodgate. So, what else? As I said, I showed that in a previous video, so you can check that out, but if you don't find it, let me know and I'll explain it in the comments. But these two cards can facilitate a super fun OTK going second. Obviously, you can run dimensional barriers and a lot more things. Dark Ruler no mores, depending on your matchups. They are not great for Castira though. Maybe Gamma Shields alongside Small World or something. I personally don't really like it, but you can do that, of course. And One other fun tech I really like is actually playing what is it called? Sorry, Secret Village of the Spellcasters. In case your opponents have runics and very spell dependent decks, maybe even Despia. I think it would be a problem because we have a very powerful spellcaster in our deck, and we could even side out the area. So if we don't manage to summon this girl, sorry, you can just go into area and have a spellcaster that way. But yeah, those are my suggestions. Once again, please comment down below if you want a more in-depth deck profile in which I explain each and every single card in the deck. And yeah, have a great day. Bye.